Let's stop pretending you didn't actually want someone to come and complete you. Not yet. What you are chasing isn't love, it is validation, it is recognition. It is the intoxicating thrill of being singled out. You want someone to notice you, to give you the feeling of safety even when you're running away from it, to listen to your words when you are not listening to yourself. You want someone to pick you, to point at you and say that you matter, you are worthy, you are enough. And somewhere inside you observe the dangerous truth. To be noticed is to be safe, to be desired is to be valuable, to be wanted is to be worthy. And any love that doesn't demand proof or doesn't spike your anxiety, you dismiss it, you turn away from it. Because real love, steady, quiet, and wavering doesn't reward performance. It doesn't make you chase, it doesn't feel like a test. Chasing someone who is distant, unpredictable, emotionally unavailable, that feels like victory, it is not love, that is illusion. Because you mistake survival for love. You confuse adrenaline for connection. And the cruelest part is that you train to believe that the harder it is, the most valuable it must be. That if it hurts, it means that it matters. That if you're exhausted, you must be doing something right. But deep down you know it. It is not love keep you there. It is fear. Fear of being unseen. Fear of being ordinary. Fear of what it means if no one chooses you. It is just another stage, another performance, another place where you have to prove your worth. And no, it doesn't start with them, it started with you. It started a long time ago with you. You know, as a child, we didn't know anything, and everyone around us create the person that we are right now. The person that you are right now is what the environment made you, is what the people around you made you. Maybe it was that environment that rewarded usefulness. Punish need, dismiss vulnerability. A parent who praised you only when you succeed, but ignored your pain. A word that told you that love is conditional, that only those who achieve, behave, shine, or please are those that worthy of it. And guess what? You adopt it. You become what others could accept. You become what would keep you safe. You become that version to be likable. You become a fake version of them that now you cannot even recognize yourself anymore. And the rest of you, the messy, raw, ordinary parts of you, you buried them. Now you're grown, but the patterns remain. You think, you believe that you are changed, but you're the same. The patterns are still the same. You say you want love, but what you are seeking is proof that you are enough. That someone tell you that you are worthy, that someone show that you matter. You mistake chaos for passion. You crave distance and label it challenge. You crave unpredictability and call it excitement. You chase rejection and disguise it as a standard. You confuse inconsistency with depth. And you dismiss calm, steady care because it doesn't make your heart race. Let me tell you, you are not addicted to love. You are addicted to proving your worth, to show that you are enough, you matter. You trapped in the cycle of performing, hoping someone else's approval finally set you free. You have tied your value on how well you can impress, instead of how deeply you can be real. You are chasing the illusion that someone else's acceptance will erase your pain. You learned that approval equals safety, that if they like it, you could have liked it too, that if they smiled, you're okay too. So what you did? You waited. You waited for their validation, for their smile, for their opinions, for their words and also their choices, before even you let yourself to have any choices at all. And now guys, your emotions are fall and rise with everything that they do around you. One harsh word, you won't recognize yourself again. One compliment, you feel happy. But let me tell you, that is not freedom. That is performance. That is sitting and waiting for other people to come and rescue you. But what you are really forgetting is that you are really abandoning yourself. Because every time you hand your power to someone else's opinion, you're telling yourself that you don't matter. Your choices are nothing. Your opinion is not worthy. And day by day, you're letting yourself down. But this is not the real love. Real love doesn't spike your fear and anxiety or confusion. It feels like home. And that is terrifying when you have spent your whole life performing. Because what if without performance no one stays? What if stripped of perfection love disappears? That fear at the center of your chest, it drives you chasing. You're bending, your exhaustion. But here's the thing, liberation doesn't come from someone else. It comes from meeting yourself. It comes from mourning that little one who thought perfection was the key to acceptance. It comes from grieving the parts of you who believed that love had to be earned. It comes from telling your younger self who thought being chosen was a proof of his value. You grieve the years you lost chasing people who could never hold you. You grieve that version of yourself that bent, shrank, twisted to just belong. You grieve and sit with all of your emotions. You don't run away from them, because when you run away from them, you're never gonna unlearn them. You need to fully feel all of your feelings. Stop twisting yourself into who you think people want you to be. Stop treating love like a performance or a test. Stop bending in someone else's measure. And then comes the hardest part. You allow yourself to exist as you are, without changing yourself. You allow yourself to be messy, human, ordinary, or whoever you are. You let the quiet, unpolished parts of you to be seen. You stop waiting for someone else to pick you. You choose yourself. You tell yourself that you're worthy. You tell yourself that you matter. You tell yourself that you're enough. You love yourself more. You feel the anger. You feel the frustration. You feel the grief. And all of the energy you spend providing your worth to people who could never love you fully. And then you start to ask yourself a new question. What does love look like when it doesn't hurt? When it doesn't test, confuse, chase, or threaten you? You learn to sit with your own presence, to feel lonely without collapsing, to let love reach you without first proving your worth, to stay still when there is no drama, and discover peace in your own heart. When someone leaves, you didn't chase, you didn't crumble, and you know no matter who leaves, it doesn't define your worth. It only defines your inability to match your energy, your personality. Healing look like this. It is being okay when nobody takes you. It is choosing connections that doesn't shrink you. It is letting people who confuse you, exhausted you, or make you question your worth. Here is the truth that changes everything. You are never meant to be picked. You are meant to be seen, to be known, to be loved for who exactly you are, not what you do. And when you finally accept this, you stop waiting. You start choosing. You choose who gets your energy. You choose who gets your softness. You choose to get who stay in your life. And most importantly, you choose yourself, not because someone told you that you're worthy, not because someone else proved it to you, but because you finally know it. Choosing yourself means everything. Loving yourself every day, being with yourself every day is freedom. And this would be the moment that you stop performing and you start living. And at the end of all, what you need to hear is that you were never too much. You weren't broken, you weren't too much, you weren't unworthy. You were simply reflecting what the world handed you. You become the mirror for their expectations, their silence, their praise, their conditions. But the mirror was never the truth. You are not here to prove. You are not here to twist yourself into a version that pleases empty hands. You are here to be truly yourself, to stand in your own name without needing it repeated back to you. If you want to know how to validate yourself, do not forget to watch this video. I wish you all the best and I will see you in the next video. Until next video, bye bye.